Today, we'll look at one of these AC remotes. This brand is Streamline, typical remote, big screen, custom LED, and your typical buttons. Your power, up, down, fan speeds. So, I've already opened this. At the back of it, what we have is the two contacts for the batteries. The other side of it, here, that's in the back case, so that's sorted. There, that's just connecting those two. So you're looking at about probably 3 volts nominally, probably up to 3.2 volts. We have a surface mount cap. We have 4 screws. This would on the other side have basically pads and a zebra to connect the LCD. I've opened one before, not this brand, and it gives a lot of problems if you try to do it and put it back. Sometimes it doesn't touch properly. There's one chip here, and that basically controls everything, mostly passives. A Q1 there, but mostly passives, and I believe that would probably be your oscillator, your clock. Alright, so essentially this is a pretty good chip. I'll pull that up on the screen and show some of the advantages of it. It's a good choice. It has an LCD driver. It basically has quite a few different good options. We'll run through that. And then the other thing to show on this, the quality isn't bad at all actually. There's quite a bit of test points. If you look at that 13, 17, 18, number 29, quite a lot of test points. Surprisingly large number of test points for, something as simple as this. Some unpopulated zones, resistors here. Of course, you have the LED, and what else we have? Oh, we have a fiducial, I believe I remember one there, and there's one down here. Surprising that there's none very close to the IC. One would have expected that. I'm not going to dig out this. Initially, I took this apart to make a connection here on these two, positive and negative, to try using the battery from this, one of these vaping machines, putting that in. That does in fact fit in here. Well, the battery isn't that long. If I cut it, I can fit it in here, and I can run this off of one of the batteries, make a green remote. The problem is, after looking at this chip is maximum 3.8 volts. It is nominally 1.2 to 3.6, which is great for two AA batteries, your typical alkaline batteries. Not so good when you start to put one of these in. Now I've used it with a battery, one of the other vape batteries, just jump in it till I got batteries, and it works. Thing is, the maximum voltage is 3.8. Generally, these tend to be 3.7 as soon as they discharge a little, but they can go up to 4.2. But the manufacturer stating that the maximum this chip can do is 3.8. It goes to 4.2, chances are it'll destroy the chip, so it's probably not worth it. So I'm not going to do it. I'm still going to actually make a little AA replacement battery with one of these. In fact, probably this one. But this itself doesn't make sense. If I blow this, well, I don't have a replacement, so it's no worth trying it. So I'll put in a little bit of information on this particular chip. As I said, a really good choice, a bit expensive, I would say, in a grander scheme, because normally it's just a potted chip. It doesn't have the information in a remote. Normally it's just a potted chip. You don't ever get that kind of information on it. This one, someone took the time to do a decent enough chip. So as I said, simple information on it, and then close this off. As we can see, it's an 8-bit CPU, 3.6 to 1.8 volts as noted previously. Important that it has a reduced power weight mode, because of course you want to keep the batteries as long as possible. And then the other useful thing would be the LCD driver. As you can see, it's a fairly complicated piece of chip. It has quite a bit more than is required for an AC remote. And then going further, the absolute maximum ratings show that it's minus 0.3 to 3.8 volts, which means it cannot take actually connected in reverse, and 3.8 is the maximum as I had mentioned before.